Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. Tonight we have the original full crew here tonight. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner to introduce himself and his tags.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand, or you can find me and Doc together at Country Air Official for Facebook and Instagram, or Country Air Brand for Twitter. And I'll pass it off to a man who's been riding a lot lately.
Yep, I'm back this week. It's Gunner Wicks, One Man Ride Squad. You can catch me on all the social medias at Gunner Wicks. I'll pass it off to my favorite ref, Perch.
Hey, what's up, guys? Ref Perch. You can find me at PerchXLV, # for the Ref Brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. With the road work this week, how was the breakfasts? Because I had none.
Good. We made a double stack of blueberry pancakes at the IHOP over the weekend, and it was phenomenal.
Nice. Sounds good. Yeah, I was just rushing back and forth. I managed to squeeze in some canes. It's a White Castle, so I was happy with that, but nothing on the breakfast front. What about you, Zach?
Nothing really. I don't really think I had much breakfast, right? So, yeah. But I'd say, about the same, like more. I mean, we had, nothing really like extravagant.
It was a hard one this weekend. What about you, Gunner? How's your food escapades been?
No waffles as of late, unfortunately. However, I do have some waffles in the freezer, but I do not have any syrup or anything to put on the waffles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Living that struggle life.
Yep. Can't eat plain waffles. It's a
Well, I
crime.
can, but I understand that most people can't.
Yeah, I could down a
definitely
couple
cannot.
plain waffles, but I'm still
Really?
with you. It's a struggle without anything.
Isn't it a little too dry? Do you wash it down with something? What do you got going on there?
Glass of
whatever
milk.
my general beverage is.
Yeah,
Okay.
any beverage and a glass of milk washes down a dry waffle just fine. Nighttime waffles.
Bunch of savages.
We're wild men.
No messing around when it comes to the waffles.
Yeah, it can't be contained by your breakfast standards.
Guess not.
Don't put
I
me in a
need
box.
drown mine in syrup.
All right. Perch, why don't you take us out of showing how badass we are at breakfast and give us a banger of the week.
Oh man, this week's banger of the week. I could have just thrown out the whole album for this one, but we'll take one of the big songs from it. And it hit me on Wednesday night, watching Dynamite, and all of a sudden, boom! Eddie Kingston comes out wearing a Liquid Swords shirt. Straight up, how cool was that? Was that an ode to Doc Simmons? Was it a throwback to the old 95, 96 era?
I prefer to think of Doc Simmons. Like, Moxley had the Akira sweatshirt on 2 weeks ago. So it's only obvious that Eddie Kingston would come in the next week and shout me out.
Yep. So either way, it got me big time. Liquid Swords, one of my favorite albums. That one growing up hit me big time in the high school era and ever since, and good one for sports. I would take Duel of the Iron Mike off of there, or Shadow Boxing. Really anyone, just a great one. But we'll go Duel of the Iron Mike for this week's banger of the week. Just good reps, good storytelling. It really encompasses Eddie Kingston coming out with his entrance. Now I can, listen to music like some GZA and Wu-Tang and think about Eddie Kingston.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. They're like, Eddie knows. Wu-Tang is for the kids.
Take the bump.
Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
Yep. All right, fellas. Gunner, I'm gonna have to put you in the spotlight because it's been a while since you've been here.
Yes, sir.
What you been watching lately?
I watched Elimination Chamber this last weekend. That's about it, unfortunately. But what did you guys think of Elimination Chamber before I give my thoughts?
I have not seen it all. I saw the Ray Miz match and I saw the women's chamber. Saw highlights from the men's. I know what happened. I don't have a problem with it as much as everybody else seems to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brock Lesnar, I think. I don't know. He's gotten a lot of hate the last like few years just because he's always like comes back on top. But I like babyface Brock Lesnar.
Babyface Brock Lesnar having fun is
Top
good
level
for business. Good for
Yes.
business.
Yes.
I love babyface Brock Lesnar.
Did any of you guys see his interview on the Pat McAfee show? Or
I saw
listen
some
to
of it, yeah.
Dude is so funny.
Yeah, he's great.
Absolutely like fantastic.
Shelton Benjamin came out and said, this is just how Brock is around people he actually likes. Like, this is just him in real life, just with people he actually enjoys being around.
Yep. It's great that we get to witness that in real time. So good.
I'm gonna say like shout out to that Madcap Moss. Like, pretty sure everyone saw that nasty bump and like
bump on the noggin.
Yeah.
Dude, there is no way he was going after that, but he like got up and still went on for a while too. Like it wasn't even like close to the finish. He was still going. So
better man than me these past couple of weeks. I'll tell you, I've been lucky. We'll get into it, but I've been lucky that mine have been basically the finish.
Yeah, no, his has all been like his was like I want to say he had a few more minutes still. Like they like still had some nasty bumps to do on the outside that he took. So yeah.
There's like supposedly like the reports backstage or whatever say like he's like completely fine. But dude, like my neck hurts watching that bump.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That sucked.
And you see the still of it, and he's like 3 inches into the mat.
Yep. It's like chin is caved into his chest.
Yeah. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Shout out to Madcap Boss. It's like, I know you hurting. You might be okay, but I know you hurting. I know you hurting.
Also, like for the people like to kind of complain about like Bobby Lashley, the way he got eliminated, like I don't know if they read the reports, but supposedly he has like a shoulder injury. Like I don't know. I thought they had him like leave. You could tell they protected him, so I like that they protected Lashley. And they
supposedly Brock Lesnar breaking the glass in the chamber was like a shoot deal also. Which, if that's the case, just my love for Brock Lesnar grows even more.
Fucking monster. Fucking monster.
But yeah, I liked Elimination Chamber overall. I thought it was pretty good. I think a lot of people like when it comes to a huge event like that, expect there to be a major surprise and are like let down when there's not one. So it's kind of like predictable-ish, but I had a good time. It's the first wrestling that I've watched in quite a long time, like a full show beginning to end. So I enjoyed myself.
Hey, I feel you. Shows are long, especially pay-per-views. It's been a while since I've sat down and watched one in one sitting.
Yep. And it was on like at 11 a.m. our time too.
Yeah, so it actually probably made it a little bit easier now that it's early in the day.
Yep. Watching a WWE event like in the afternoon was an experience in its own right. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, nothing wrong from Elimination Chamber. Zach, you want to wait till we finish talking about what we remembered so that you can remember what you watched?
Sure.
All right. Perch, what you been watching?
Man, that Lee Moriarty against Danielson match was wonderful over the week. Really enjoyed seeing Lee get brought up to the next level of Danielson, and the way they paced that match out in those smacks. That was really the story of the match. It was just 3 hard hits throughout the entire match. Yep. But the way it led to it each time, and it's just great wrestling to see that on TV in a modern day. I really, really enjoyed. Good promo action. Been watching a lot of the shows that I've have worked with, going back and watching some studying and footage and some highlight videos and stuff. Also, Gunnar, you mentioned the Brock Lesnar on McAfee. So cool to hear his perspective. I think back to 20 years ago, 2002, Brock Lesnar, just how we didn't have, accessibility to hear that stuff. You would never hear a Brock Lesnar at a sit down interview like Pat
I can't believe in 2022 we're hearing Brock Lesnar to sit down interview. Forget 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. So
it's on the same, to me, that's on the same level of Taker taking interviews now.
It's so weird, but it's awesome. It's, as a kid in 02, I would give anything to hear that. Now here we are in 2022, that all of us are students of the game, just as well as fans too. We watch wrestling through many different hats. But to have that Lesnar interview, that was awesome. That made my week. It took me about, a day's worth, or listen to it in 2 sittings. And yeah, that was awesome. Just a good old fashioned God loving, hard working family dude. Loved it.
Yep, about his paper.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Me myself, I also watched the AEW Dynamites. That Danielson match was great. And the promo after with Mox, awesome. I don't trust nobody till I bleed with them first.
Yeah, it was a good line.
Yep, good line. Wait for a call back to Eddie, good old Eddie. I did enjoy the tag match between Jericho Hager and Santana Ortiz. Always down for a good tag match. Different from the one the week before with FTR and Moxley and Punk, but still good in a different way. But still very good. Those guys don't generally tag, but they definitely made it work. Caught Rampage. It's been a while since I've watched Rampage. Really enjoyed the Adam Cole and number 10 match. They did pretty good job of protecting 10. That's somebody that they eventually want to build around down the line. AEW is very bad about hiding people that they want to push in the future. It's just not their thing. They make it very obvious, and I'm down with it. Hobbs and Dante. I do enjoy that this is just turning into big men. Let's see how far we can throw these little guys.
Love it.
I'm worried about that, Doc, because your ass.
Because people been losing me lately.
You're like, hey, big man, next to I'm not mistaken. You were supposed to be with 3 big men this last weekend. You're probably like, let's see where I can get long darted to.
Yeah, that was my plan. But the venue was not good Doc death setup. It's too much open space. I couldn't dive very easily. I did die, but just not easily. But what can you do?
Find good quality depth spots around here.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good segue. Why don't we talk about me dying this weekend?
I watched all the above, so we'll talk about your death.
Oh yeah, you watched all the above. I mean, did you have anything to add?
I did watch ECW, like a lot of ECW pay-per-views. Val reminded me. We watched one thing that I thought was super interesting. We watched ECW greatest moments, and they were talking about stuff. One of the matches they did I want to say it was with Bam Bam and someone where they who? Bam Bam and Taz, where Taz is doing the Taz mission through Bam Bam, and he like falls back and broke the ring. And they said like that was early in the show and they worked around it. And I looked at Val and like it got me an idea. Like Drew McIntyre carries around this sword everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I want him to swing the sword and cut the ropes on, like just right down the middle, cut the ropes on.
And then then everybody's got to work around with no ropes.
Yeah, like I want to see him swing the sword and like everyone be like, "Oh, it's a prop. Oh, it's dull. You got that up from the flea market." And I know he just swings and he just cuts the ropes all in half, and he's like, "What's up, bro?
Yeah.
I'm Big Dick McIntyre in here with the sword," and you're like, "All right, cool." And then Rey Mysterio's like, "So how am I doing the 619 on this post?"
Oh, Ray will be fine. That's the thing. There's certain people like Ray will be fine with no ropes.
Yeah, but basically, I just like how ECW would like think of those ways to be like, let's make sure people think this is an accident. They like put caution tape around it, made the guys work around it, and like I like stuff like that back in the like when you watch it, like when you rewatch it, you're like, damn, like that was kind of cool. Like, let's bring that back.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about you dying this weekend.
You want to talk about Friday night since that was the one night we were together?
Yep. Friday night, date night. I mean, mandate night. Relax.
Same thing. You weren't wrong.
Yeah. We got someone listening over on the shoulder. We might as well have a fifth member of this podcast tonight. So, date night. Anyway, Doc and I made our way down to good old Jeffersonville, Indiana. We found ourselves in a tag match. UWFI rules. For those who don't know, UWFI rules are pretty much with tag wrestling kind of like puts us at a disadvantage because there's no tag move combinations allowed. It's just submission or knockout. There's a point system too, kind of like the pure style rule. It's very interesting. But Doc and I took on Tyler Vox and Sen Bruce, as they would say.
Yeah.
I don't know Bruce's last name off the top of my head right now.
Bruce Gray.
Bruce Gray. Yeah, found ourselves in a tag match. Right when we came out, Tyler Vox was out there by himself. We were like, "Hey man, if you want to wrestle us one on two, that's fine." But then we heard they yelled "Send Bruce," and Bruce came out dressed up as Hook. Like the match, I thought went really well. I'm super proud of a moment me and you had in that match. We had it first. Doc and I got to pull off twin magic.
Yep.
And it worked. So.
Yeah. If we can't use tag moves, we got to use our brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was night one of me dying. The show will drop on March 7th on IWTV, and you will see me die. It was a good one. It was definitely one where once I got to the back, everybody rushed to be like, "Are you okay?" But
oh my god, yeah, that's like the one thing I love about wrestling is like everyone. I'm talking about everyone walked up to Doc to check on him.
Yeah. So thank you. Everybody took care of me. I'm still alive because I had to make it to St. Louis for Black Wrestlers Matter, St. Louis. And Zach touched on it a little bit. Originally, I was supposed to be in a match with Eli Rossi, Baracus, and Isaiah Broner, but card always subject to change. Things move around. I found myself in a different four-way with Zay Washington, somebody who me and Zach have had our eyes on, part of the Young Goats, a tag team we really want to get our hands on. Darian Bingston, who's looking like he might be my forever rival for these Black Wrestler Matter shows. And the IWTV champion, AC Mack. So nice little high energy four-way. Though the champ was there, I had to get up Bingston and finish what we started last year. Lots of hard hits from me, as you expect. Lots of high flying from Bingston and Zay, as you would expect from them if you've seen their work. and the cheapness of AC Mack, which led to his win.
Also, did you and AC Mack kind of exchange some spinneroonies?
Yes, we did have a spinneroonie battle. I think I won.
I will never say you never win. Like,
I think mine was better, but hey, I think mine got the bigger pop, so I'll say that. But no, it was a real fun match. Love working with Bankston. Zay was cool. Mac was, fine behind the curtain. Not a fan of his in-ring antics of barricading us all. But yeah, that's another one where I took a lot and died a couple times in that one. And you'll be able to check that probably pretty soon. I know they're getting ready to drop that. And hopefully by the time this comes out, it should be available.
I mean, for those who are listening, if you haven't paid attention on Doc Simmons' story and there's other guys' story, that was the spot, the Tower of Doom into the Spanish Fly was super nice looking.
Thank you. Yeah. Fucking Zay. Yeah.
Peep the new wrestling gear, guys. March 6th, Black Wrestlers Matter. Peep that new Country Air gear. We've been wanting to debut that for a while.
Yep, and you can also see it on March 7th. So be on the lookout for those show dates when they drop.
I see them this weekend, but we'll continue on the rest of the weekends beforehand.
Yeah, but it was a great weekend. Like lots of good work. Great freaking locker room. Paradigm, all those Indiana guys, Lawler, Kane's always been cool with us. Brutus Dillon, been a homie. Thank you for Gary taking care of us. Shout out to Earl on the mic Saturday. Shout out to Mike Outlaw for putting it all together, and John West, the founder, being there for whatever he needs. Shout out to all the Team Ambition guys for being the muscle on this. It's very appreciated. Let's go with Gunner and his pussy. How was your weekend, brother?
Pretty good for this is audio only, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a cat with me. That's what Doc's referring to, so I want to make that clear.
So I was enjoying for a while. The cat was sitting straight and just staring at the camera with you, like about to say, hook him up with headphones and let's hear his side of the story. What's he been watching?
Nah, he doesn't need to talk, Eddie. Otherwise, some might be canceled. Let's see. So this last weekend, I did not do any wrestling, but a couple weekends before at Brew City Wrestling, I faced Rough Crossing. It's my first matchup with him ever. The first time I ever really got to talk to him outside of just saying hello when we get to the same places. So much was learned during that match. Super thankful for him and taking the time out to talk to me, and he wasn't just, you could tell he wasn't just there to have a match and get paid and leave. He talked me through so much of the psychology behind the match and what we were doing, way more than any vet has ever talked to me ever.
He definitely calls matches, I call matches to a rhythm. He calls it definitely only to a psychology. It only has so it's weird kind of communicating with him. You have because he only understands it through psychology and only explains it through psychology. So it's very interesting to work with him.
Yeah, super great learning experience. I talked to him a whole bunch about a lot of different things about wrestling, psychology, and whatnot. I didn't wrestle this last weekend at all, but he kind of got me thinking deeper about wrestling. And then just this weekend, I spent a lot of time just thinking about Gunner, why he does what he does, and I feel like he needs some tweaks a little bit
Nothing wrong with that. We are all evolving artists.
Yep. So I put like an immense amount of thought into what I want to display to
Okay.
people,
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to put it.
No, you gotta have those office days.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta have those office days where you're just in the office.
So I got a lot of ideas sitting in the think tank that will hopefully come to fruition sooner rather than later. But yeah, no physical wrestling, but lots of mental wrestling this last week.
Which is probably harder.
Much harder.
Perch, how was your weekend, brother?
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Kicked it off Friday night at Logan Square Auditorium for freelance wrestling. It was a good time. Ended up having 4 matches that night. Working with referee DJ, who was a freelance student, and he's getting a start as a ref. So able to talk theory and refereeing stuff with him, which is always fun. And then Ref Ryan came from I think the Western Illinois, kind of the Iowa town. And I've worked with him at GCW before, so it was cool to see him in the house as well. I ended up having the freelance scramble match to kick it off. Always a fun match. That scramble is always a blast at freelance. So many different characters and personalities.
Hey, if you like watching guys die, I always recommend watching the freelance scramble now, especially because Saban's died the last couple times.
Who was that one guy? I know they had Saban, Cody Lane, Riley Jackson. I want to say Matt Nix. They had that student who worked Blair at AAW, but who was the other guy?
Xavier Sky is the student that was at AAW.
So there's one more guy.
I mean, I'm sure.
Big strong boy. Forgot the full name, but that's the gimmick.
Sure we can find it.
All right, keep going, Perch. I didn't mean to interrupt. I wanted to know who that. I was trying to think of his name.
He was there several years ago when during the early days of ever going to freelance, like Chris something or other.
I was because it was originally supposed to be GPA, but GPA looked like he had a different match.
Yeah, but it was a good time. Good scramble match. Xavier ended up having a Chi-Town Rob shirt.
Hey.
Shout out. That was awesome. I always take a shirt or ring gear and fold it up. So I saw that. I pay attention to what people wear.
Oh, also that reminds me. Shout out to Ref AK on Saturday for grabbing my gear, my entrance gear, because I was scared that I'm gonna have to call Zach and tell him I lost my new stuff.
Good homies, referees, we got your back.
Yep, appreciate that.
And then that next match I ended up having was a tag team match with Kylie Ray and Alfonso against the Bang Bros. That was really fun. Alfonso's a good heel and really works that crowd. Gets that freelance crowd just to hate him. It's fun, a fun dynamic. I took a little bit of a bump ski in there. I missed some action, I think, and one thing led to another, and you got yourself some victors. I think Alfonso came out as the winner. I was a little disoriented.
He's done a good job
match,
taking Kylie Ray under his wing.
Well,
it's a
also
fun dynamic.
The Bang Bros with the matching gear.
Yeah. I talked to Davey yesterday, but yeah, that new gear is looking good.
Yeah, very cool gear from the guys. A phenomenal match between Brian Keith, Bounty Hunter, and Craig Mitchell. Hard hitting the entire time. They probably went about 10, 12 minutes. And about 4 minutes in, Craig Mitchell partially tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
People ask, what's one of the most scary or cringeworthy moves you can see in pro wrestling. For me, it's with the understanding of wrestling. For me, it's getting in and out of the ring. Just that simple of a emotion scares the hell out of me every single time, because we do it effortlessly and we do it all the time. However, you can take it for granted and take a bad step, or just take it. Vince McMahon on the grandest stage of them all blew out 2 quads trying to enter the ring.
Yeah.
He's probably done it as many times as anyone else. So, going in and out of the ring is a scary thing. And I think it was when Craig was leaving the ring, and once he hit the outside, but they battled, and holy smokes, dude, they fought. The determination, Craig Mitchell, to finish that match, and Brian Keith, and the professionalism, just a great hard-hitting match the entire way through. Craig hit that moonsault. Brian Keith moved though, so didn't get all of it, but holy smokes, to see Craig even go for it was like unbelievable. Powerbomb finale was great. And then the main event of the night was Damn the Dad against Ego, Robert Anthony. And that was good, fun match, hard hitting. Robert Anthony keeps the title. That heel. That heel. But a fun show. Great time. Great action. Freelance Friday. That one's on IWTV. And then also on IWTV was the next day, Saturday, at Black Label Pro, Crown Point, Indiana. That was a real fun time. I got to join referee Jake Clemens and call the action. We also had Donovan from the ring crew holding down the fort. It was awesome. Great matches.
Yeah, shout out to Earl. I know he had a busy one on Saturday. I think they were set up in like 3-4 places.
Yeah, I had lots of action going on. And that was a blast. Hakeem Zayn against Damn the Dad in an early match, really fun. Some shenanigans at the end. Pulled my shirt, untucked it. All hell broke loose. Next match.
Perch is all about that shirt. Don't mess with the shirt.
Yeah, I know, it's anchored in there, and I wear the pants up around the hips and the waist. Nice, comfortable fit. Don't mess it up. And then I had the Bang Bros again. This time they were against Violences Forever, Kevin Koo and Dominic Garini, and they got their asses kicked in a warrior effort. Though they gave it all they had, and they took everything they could. Hell of a match. Great to see those guys in the ring with guys like Kevin and Dominic. I'm sure there's lessons that are learned there through, we got to work hard to one day be these guys. I'm sure they want to be the ones, be the champs, and to be in there and to see what it's like. It's had to have been a cool experience. Certainly was an intense match, and cool to see everything they fought through in that one. A 450 splash to break up a pin, pretty damn sweet. August ended up hitting it. Really cool. Next match I had was Kevin Blackwood against legit Layla Hirsch. For real, dude. Those guys really went. 2 good fighters. Really good. Legit Layla is someone who I've seen at the collective several times. Never had her match. So it was an honor to get her match. And I would put her up there with like the Fred Yehi Savage style, or just the modern grappler. I think, Doc, you would have a good match with her as well. Just a good.
Oh, that also reminds me. Shout out to Fred Yehi, who just started One Piece. Go ahead, brother. It's a long journey. But yeah, I was cool over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
But
yeah,
I'm a big supporter of intergender wrestling. Yeah, I'd love to work Layla. I think we can go at it.
Yeah, an awesome fighter, pound for pound. Like, dude, she's jacked. That shit can go. And Kevin Blackwood is great too. I had him against Janai Kai a few months ago, and he brought the best out of her. And the dynamic between these two was awesome. Good fight, good match. They were both pretty done by the end of it. It ended with kind of both of them fell down. One, Layla happened to be pinning, but a fun match. And then the main event of the night was Filthy Tom Lawler against Matt Makowski. It was an honor to have that match. Once worked with Filthy Tom with MLW back when they came to Wisconsin.
One of the few times Perch died early.
Yeah, that night. The Wisconsin faithful saw that one happen. But I got to free Tom Lawler and cut him free from the duct tape in that Von Erichs match.
How'd you do with that? Did you cut up his hand like JP cut up mine?
Clean incision. It was clean. But so funny to have it fast forward a couple of years and to have a main event opportunity for the title. Very cool. And by Kamigoye. What a great finish. Really enjoyed. But a good show all around. And then Sunday we rounded it out for the third show of the weekend at Galley Lucha. Ended up having a singles match, a tag match, a 3-way tag match, or I guess a 6-man tag, and then a 4-way match for the Lucha title main event. So all different styles of matches. When you think you've seen it all, you get just about every style of match thrown at you at the end. A couple of Rudos grabbed me by the arms and I had to duck it a couple times, duck a few lines. Oh my God. Fighting for my life. Very fun though. A wild weekend, fun action all around.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead, check that show out on the Galley Facebook page. You can see the Caribbean homies taking on Drago and Aerostar.
Oh, shout out to the Caribbeans. They rocked it.
Yep. I watched that a little bit ago. It was very fun.
They got involved in my match earlier with Axel Rico and a young luchador. The young luchador was about to win, and they pulled me out of the ring. And I had to give him the old heave-ho. Fuerda.
Big wind up.
That was a fun moment. Again, you never know what you're gonna get. It's all so organic on the lucha shows.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A great end of the week.
Very nice. All right, fellas, let's move into our topic for tonight. I asked the homies. Was looking at. I mean, it's been announced, but the WrestleMania main event will be title versus title, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. So I asked the guys, hey, if you could pick 2 champs from any era, any promotion to go head to head, title for title at a WrestleMania main event, who would you pick? I will go first. I am going to go Jay Lethal during his record-breaking ROH World Heavyweight run versus Best Bout Machine Kenny Omega from a few months ago. I think as far as me getting into indie wrestling, that was at the time when Jay Lethal was probably the best in the world. Being the anchor for ROH and putting on great matches with everyone. And then a few months ago, we got to see the same thing with Kenny Omega, with him having every title and going all over the world to wrestle the best guys, that any company would have and take their belt. I think Lethal was such a great face champion and great face of ROH during that time. And I think Kenny was such a good, spiteful, goddamn, I hate how good you are heel a couple months ago. And, we were all ready for Paige to take that title off of him. As far as, Lethal was on top and I was getting back into loving wrestling, and Kenny is on top and arguably my peak of loving wrestling because I'm a wrestler now. So those were my two picks.
I'll go next.
Okie doke.
Because originally I had Lethal in mind as well, but I'm going to switch it up because I don't want to have the same copy. I'm going to go with the boyhood dream, Shawn Michaels, prime back when every girl wanted him, every guy, including Mick Foley, wanted to be him.
So wait, we're talking when he came back?
We're talking about like when he was super over and like he finally won the belt. Like, I mean.
Oh, so we're going like mid-90s?
Yeah. Like
okay.
Back when he was in I would say his prime, back when he was
you could argue that he had two primes. You could argue that, and then when he came back and he had the long pants.
That's true. I think I'd just go with the younger one for the matchup would be, because I feel like either one would both be interesting, but I think the younger one would still be down to do stuff because I'm gonna go with New Japan's version of AJ Styles when he was like the leader of the Bullet Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like a heel.
Okay, yeah, I can see why you would pick the younger one.
Yeah. So young Sean versus New Japan AJ Styles, IWGP belt for the WWF belt. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, WWF.
There was a time when that could have happened.
Yeah, but there's always these times now where it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard like Goldberg versus Stone Cold and all that, like can possibly still happen now. And it's like it can happen, but it's not gonna happen to the caliber.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen when you wanted it to happen.
Trust me, if it ever happens, like I'll be grateful. I'm not going to complain. That's a match I want to see, but it's not going to be the caliber I want to see. Like Sting versus Undertaker, that's still something I'm pretty sure anyone would freak out about seeing, but it's not going to deliver as it could have been. Like if triggers were pulled a lot earlier.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and go in reverse. Gunner, what do you got?
So if I have my timing right, I think like June, July, somewhere in there of 1998, we had Kane as WWF champion for a day.
Okay.
And I think at that same time, if not like right around there, Goldberg was WCW champion.
Oh.
If we could rewrite history and have Kane not lose the title in a day, him versus Goldberg at like the height of like the Monday Night Wars and like just two big muscly monsters that seemingly are indestructible going head to head.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Kane did have that one day run.
Yep. Yes, he did. Should have been longer.
It's what the problem with him and Taker is that they never needed a belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how much of a problem that is necessarily.
Yeah. but it hurts for those dream matchups.
Yep, for sure.
Like, even within their own company, because they don't have like everybody chasing after them for a point where they're really chasing after somebody.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks too, like sometimes sort of performers are like judged by how many championships they held or whatever, when I don't know how much it matters really.
Yeah, it's like I think those two are definitely guys that transcend needing it.
Yep. But yeah, Kane, like prime mask Kane versus prime Goldberg. That'd be something to watch.
Hell yeah. All right, Percival.
Oh man, Doc, I never thought about how much I wanted to see this matchup until you proposed this question. and it was just like the absolute perfect. And it makes me hungry to see the matchup. I don't think it'll ever happen, but if it did, it would have been amazing. But it would have been the Great Muta in the 1993 era when he was the NWA World's Champion. Him and Chono going back and forth. It's like he could never win it from Rick at the time in the 80s, but by the time the 90s came around, it's like, he had earned it on Japan.
Yeah.
He had earned it from taking it from Chono. So, by 93, the Great Muta was peak prime, like phenomenal. And the IWGP World Champion. To see him take that lineage and to have his title going up against 2003 Triple H, when Triple H was also carrying that big gold belt when he was in the Evolution era. And that may have been when he was, giving the thumbs down to the guys too, like destroying everything.
Yeah.
But
like it was the at the time of recording, it is like the 20th anniversary of Batista giving Triple H the thumbs down.
Just great moments. But what I loved the most about Triple H in that time was, as a heel champion, he could make anyone he was in the ring with shine or look great or give a fighting chance that he's going to have a chance to win, or
really what I feel is like missing in a lot of wrestling right now is just, have you invested in wanting that face to win?
Yeah, and really investing in that story. It is, and we all know Triple H is going to go for that sledgehammer, and we all know he's going to hit it, and he does, but then you still see the glimmer of hope. I think that era was just such a great Triple H and the white boots, telling stories at the era against Muta in that 93. I think it would blow my mind to see those guys have a 25-minute match, or however long, at a Tokyo Dome or a WrestleMania. It would be cool to see it in one of those like early 2000s or late 90s WrestleManias where it's like a jam-packed arena.
I think I would either prefer, it would definitely have to be either a WrestleMania or Wrestle Kingdom.
But to see it at a
gotta go with that WWE production.
Yep.
Gotta go with the WWE production.
To see it more spaced out, like remember we've watched in the hotel rooms before, like Muta against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
To see that grand presentation more spaced out, but Triple H being the guy in there, I think would be unbelievable, because it strips away a lot of that production.
It does, but I can't. It's hard.
Either way, I would be so happy. That would just be the greatest matchup.
That's the thing. You don't see that a lot anywhere now, like that type of where the crowd is so close on the entrances.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't see that really anywhere. Period. Now.
Mm-hmm. And to see even a Triple H entrance at a Tokyo Dome or something.
Oh, I'm sure it would be great.
And let it be the Evolution one. Doesn't even have to be Motorhead. Let it be Evolution, where it's, he's got the crew with him too, because Muta would be the ultimate babyface in this story. And he would kill everybody, and he would finally get back at Flair inside of it. It would be a grand story. I miss it. And yeah, that immediately came to mind when you mentioned two champions. Would be the 93 era Muta against the 03 era Triple H.
Yeah, can't go wrong. My most hated, but probably the best Triple H. When you realize that that's the point.
He was so good at being hated.
Yeah.
Good selling. I loved it.
Yeah, can't deny it. Okay. Let's talk about now what we got coming up this weekend. Hey Gunner, what you got?
This Friday, ICW. It's myself and Raven against Bobby and Ethan against Avalon and Sarah in a couples triple threat tag team match. Looking forward to that one. That's gonna be a weird but interesting dynamic, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's all I got this weekend. So come down to ICW Friday.
Awesome. Yep. At the bar. Perch, what you got this weekend?
Hey, we're kicking things off with a little bit of Freelance Underground down in Joliet on Saturday. That'd be a good time. I think stay tuned on IWTV for that one. And then Sunday, Zello Pro comes to Turner Hall Ballroom. Gonna be fun to be back there too. Maybe even a Vanguard stop in there afterwards or before or something along those lines.
Always love the Vanguard. Zach, we got a long one.
Oh, we got a weekend to strive for.
Yeah.
3-day weekend.
Well, it's really it's a 3-day weekend. It's not the longest weekend we've had. But
no, I mean they're all like close home games. Like anything within less than 3 hours is a home game. I consider now with what we do.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, like 3 hours. I live for these 3-hour drives. Like they're not bad at all. But Friday we finally get our rematch for them ICW Tag Team Championships. Yeah, we're looking to become 2-time, not 3-time yet because we have to win it another time, but 2-time Gunner ICW Tag Team Champions as we take on the ferocious Mr. 3 Fat Jason Dukes with Apex Woodsy Athlete. He doesn't know what he's doing yet. Neither does his hairline, CJ Cole. With the Vivacious Secrets herself, not Victoria's Secrets, Val Malone. Secrets all the time. Every time, man.
Is she changing her epitaph to the Vivacious Secrets?
I'm going to change it to the Vivacious Secrets and have everyone subscribe. Yeah, that's going to be them against Insane Evil 2.0. Kick Chase McCoy out because Chucky Bates is more insane and more crazy, tagging with Dysfunction. Oh man, we're gonna have a triple threat elimination tag match. I don't want to eliminate everyone.
I do.
I want to pin everyone. Twice.
Yeah. Should be a fun one. It's our first shot back at those belts.
So we're looking to get drenched in gold as we become, because we're currently champ. So Friday we look to be champ. And then Saturday we look to be champ. Because tell them why, Doc.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that this was a title match. Saturday, I'm sorry. We are headed down to Janesville for the Janesville Wrestling Alliance, where I believe we are in an Iron Man match.
I don't know. I just know we're in a JWA tag team title match because we're undefeated.
We are undefeated. Suck it. So it'll be us taking on Fight Club.
Yo, I heard they changed their name to Death Wish, and it's like, how stupid can you be to name yourself Death Wish? You want us to like put you guys down?
Oh, I did not realize they changed their name to Death Wish. Oh, so maybe it's Death Wish now. But either way, your mama's favorites are heading not so far out of town to shoot shit up.
Yeah, so that's what that. So that'll put us at champ. And then Sunday, if everything works out right,
I don't know what our opponents will be, but last I heard, we will be challenging for the 0-1 tag titles.
3 towns, 3 titles, 1 result, baby.
Yeah. We got a couple chances to add to our trophy case this weekend.
Earl Joseph, start following with us so we can have you announce the champ. Your mama's favorite tag team.
Yeah.
Some out of town shooters. Vito, what are you doing? I was kidding.
Yeah, so keep an eye on 01. They're having 2 shows this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday will be Premiere versus Low Lives. And depending on how things go with that match, we'll have hopefully a tag title shot on Sunday down there.
Yeah, we don't know exactly. We mentioned, like I said, they mentioned tag belts, but no matter what, 01's a place that's going to be. We're going to look tear it up. So
Yep. We'll like anybody that they put us in there with, we'll tear it up.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, should be a fun one. Looking forward to it. All right, fellas. I think it's about that winding down time. Gunner, any final thoughts or questions?
No.
Oh, very introspective. Perch, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, get well soon, Muda. Get well soon, Triple H. The both of them. As I think back, they're both kind of struggling. through some
Struggling right
troubles.
now, yeah.
And,
Yeah,
those
that match ain't
guys are like-
happening.
guys are like my favorites. So my prayers and keep them in your thoughts and and much love to Muda and Triple H.
Zach, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, when do you think Veer's actually coming?
Oh God.
I just saw a graphic. It
Big,
said Veer's
yeah.
coming, and, like, I feel like I've been seeing that for a year now.
It's
So,
really
my
turning into that
question is,
Eva Marie
When do
situation.
you guys think Veer comes, and
Or
how
no,
do you
Tennille
think Veer
Dashwood.
arrives? How do you think Veer arrives?
Conventional wisdom would say with how they are promoting it, he's just gonna squash somebody.
Do you think like he's gonna be like the next big thing? No.
I don't know. I like the way these promos look, and from how they've traditionally done it, he'll probably squash people for about a month until a pay-per-view.
I feel like he'll like squash people for a month, like have some small stuff, and then find himself in a tag with that one dude from SmackDown, the tall guy.
Almost.
No, not almost. Saeed or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, WWE has definitely gone back to their older ways. Some for the good, some for the not so good. This has my feeling of they're bringing in a big guy to squash guys for a couple of weeks like they used to.
Right. Anyone else? Gunner, Perch, you got any thoughts?
Negative.
All right.
All right. Well, then I think, Veer's coming soon is the perfect place to take it home. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.